Namaste. In our quest to enjoy, learn and enjoy the bliss of knowing Sri Krishna's names in Srimad Bhagavad Geetha, we are now in the next episode. The last two episodes, we saw that Sri Krishna is Bhuta Maheshwara. He is Bhutanam Ishwara. By basically saying he is the boss of everything that is around us. He is the creator and he is the boss of everything that is getting created. In that context, in Vishnu Sahasranama, there is a term that comes in, we all know Vishnu Sahasranama, in that Padmanabho Amara Prabhu will come. There used to be a Krishna Bhakt in Guruvayur, which is in Kerala, who used to recite that continuously as Padmanabho Mara Prabhu. Normally, the flow is Padmanabho Amara Prabhu. Here, he recites as Padmanabho Mara Prabhu. The Pandits around there, they just make a mock of him and said, you are making a mistake. Amara Prabhu, Amara means immortal, people who are immortal. So, Krishna is the Lord of everybody who is immortal. When you are saying Padmanabho Mara Prabhu, Mara will be opposite of Amara, saying he is the boss of people who are dead or people who are mortal, right? So this, they were mocking, they were actually doing this. Also, in both the Dravidian languages, particularly Tamil and Malayalam, Mara would also mean tree. So, Mara Prabhu means you are saying Krishna is the Lord of trees. And they are laughing at him and all that. Suddenly, a voice from nowhere says, if I am not the Lord of trees, who do you think is the Lord for all the trees here? The Pandits realize it is Sri Krishna's voice that is coming in, and they also realize the truth that he is Bhutanam Ishwara. He is Bhuta Maheshwara. That means he is also the Lord of the Mara which is a tree. So they realize their folly, they realize their grave mistake and fall at the feet of the Pundanam, the disciple of Krishna Bhakt, and then seek forgiveness. This Purana is told in Guruvayur, in and around Guruvayur. It's a good folk tale in Kerala. And you will find, if you go to Guruvayur temple, you will find a large terracotta statue, 54 meters or something, of Krishna to signify, which will look like Krishna on top of a tree, to exactly depict this, saying he is Mara Prabhu. So we are talking about Krishna, who is Bhutanam Ishwara, Bhuta Maheshwara and Mara Prabhu. Now, we saw all this in the last episode. Why are we discussing it now? Because this episode and the next two episodes, we are going to enjoy another blissful name of Sri Krishna. It's a very small sweet name, but which has got intense and in-depth meanings, just like the pearl, that the best of the pearl is in the deep sea. It's a very small item. A pearl is probably sitting in your palm, but you go very deep to get that pearl. Exactly like that, such a small name. It stands in a very simple syllable, but has meanings that is beyond our comprehension. The Naama that we are going to discuss today and the next two episodes is Prabhu. That is where we linked Mara Prabhu to Prabhu. Prabhu is now recited 5 times in Srimad Bhagavad Geetha, thrice by Sri Krishna himself and twice by Arjuna. That's the best part. Who else can talk about Prabhu than the Prabhu himself? Hey Prabhu Krishna. Okay. So today we are going to look at chapter 5, 14th sloka, in which the Prabhu occurs for the first time in Bhagavad Gita. The sloka goes like this.
Na kartritvam na karmani lokasya srijati prabhuhum na karma pala samyogam swabhavastu pravartate. So
this sloka, as I said, has got in-depth meaning, particularly Prabhu, the Naama Prabhu. Various acharyas, Bhagavad Ramanuja, Adi Shankara and very many learned Pandits and acharyas have given their interpretation to this Tirunama Prabhu. For this episode, I will take more from the Gita Press, the definitions given by the Gita Press for the word Prabhu. Now, Prabhu here probably means omnipotent. We say God is omnipresent, omnipotent. When we say omnipotent, obviously he is all powerful. There is nothing that he cannot do. He literally can do everything. He is capable of doing everything. There are some of us who are capable of doing very many things, but not everything. There are certain things that we do very well than the others that we can see in comparison. Let's take cricket for example. Last episode also we saw cricket. We have batsmen, we have bowlers and we have all-rounders. Okay? But even then, even if you take an all-rounder, take any all-rounder that we know, do we know that the person we call an all-rounder is one who can bat and bowl well, but can that same person do a wicket keeping very well? We don't know. Probably an all-rounder is not tested. So we can't say he is omnipotent within the realms of cricket. So in case it's somebody else who is who's got a good hand in creating furniture, woodwork and all that, a carpenter, what do you say? He's omnipotent in carpentry? There could be something that he is not being very good at it. We don't know. But for Sri Krishna, we can say he is omnipotent because he is the Lord, and he is omnipotent in many things, and that's what Puranas and Itihasas have established. It's not because I believe that Krishna is omnipotent we are saying this. The great Acharyas, great Rishis have everybody established, the Itihasa Purana has established how Sri Krishna is omnipotent. Now, if he is omnipotent, and if he is, in this case, Krishna is also like a human, right? Arjuna and Krishna are talking. So Arjuna can do a lot of things. He can use bow and arrow. Krishna can also do bow and arrow. The only difference is Arjuna has to make a lot of effort to take his bow and arrow to leave it. Krishna, as the omnipotent Bhagwan, can just get rid of something or release an arrow just by sankalpa, just by his thought. He doesn't have to do any extra effort. That is what we mean here by omnipotent, all-powerful, and he's got complete command of everything under him. So in this case, if Krishna is so omnipotent, so all-powerful, and we are his bhakta, we are his devotees, why is that you and I go through few issues here and there? Can Krishna not do away with all these things because he is omnipotent? Yes, he can, but he won't. Because he has defined the Shastras, given us the Vedas, given us the Shastras, and says these are the do's, these are the don'ts. If you do all the do's, you will collect punya. If you do any of the don'ts, you will collect papa. And for every papa, you have a consequence. So for every punya, there is a positive consequence. And for every papa, there is a negative consequence. End of the day, it's a balance sheet of how much of punya, how much of papa, plus minus, you get karma. That's what we call it as karma. If, for example, for our argument's sake, if it takes Sri Krishna is using all his powers to ensure that I don't commit anything and I just go as directed, then the word karma loses its meaning, isn't it? So the whole Sanatana Dharma is based on the karma theory. This karma theory is defined by none other than Sri Krishna himself. Why will he even bypass his own rule? So we will have to go through our pluses and minuses, and this is where in this sloka Krishna establishes saying, whatever you do, whatever you get because of what you do, and whatever you accumulate, you are doing it. Arjuna, when he talks to Arjuna, he is actually talking to all of us, saying that I am not doing any of these things. I have set the rules, you are doing what you are doing, and you face the consequences. But later, of course, we all know, in various stages within Bhagavad Gita, he says, do everything as a duty, do everything as a service to me, then the results are different. So those will come later. But end of the day, the basic thing is an omnipotent Krishna just says, these are the do's and these are the don'ts, just go ahead and do it and you face the result. And that is very important to understand, that you are responsible for your actions. Now the next question comes, why is that I am doing like this? If I have Krishna right in front of me, if I am a person who have learned the Shastras and know the do's and don'ts, why is that I am even doing all these things which I am not supposed to do? That is what he says, vasanas are responsible for all our actions. Now what is a vasana? We all saw in the earlier episode that we take many births based on karma. So based on this karma, we will carry a lot of things that we wanted to do or we were doing in numerous births that we have taken, and that will drive some of our behavior now. And that is what Krishna means by vasana. Take for example, simple example in day-to-day life. In our kitchen, household work, we keep various boxes for various spices. Hinge or the asafoetida is kept in a box, and after some use it becomes empty, and after a week or so you put some other fenugreek or something else into it, it will still carry the smell of hing. That is the vasana we are talking about. Because it earlier had hing, the asafoetida, even the fenugreek will carry the asafoetida smell. That's exactly the vasana, that we are in a different birth now, but our earlier vasanas are driving us some of our decisions today. So Krishna establishes that I am omnipotent, I am the Prabhu, but I give you the Swatantra to decide what you want to do based on the sastras that I have given, do's and don'ts. So let us remember that Sri Krishna is the Prabhu, the Lord of everything, and is the most omnipotent person that we can see. And let us seek refuge in Sri Krishna's feet and be blessed. Namaste.
Madhava Achyuta Krishna Hare Rishikesha Kesava Govinda Vasudeva Bhagavan Janardana